Yo, Kpaceguy here. What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to episode 12 of 7 Reasons Why. This is 7 reasons why you should get an OLED TV. Let's talk about it.
Perfect.
Alright guys, so before you watch this video, make sure you go back and watch 7 reasons why you shouldn't get an OLED TV. Of course, there are good things and bad things about OLEDs and LEDs, and of course the first video was about the bad things, but now in this video we're going to talk about the good stuff. Reason number 7 as to why you should get an OLED TV is going to be power consumption. So OLEDs are organic light emitting diodes, so only small little lights come on in the back. Unlike LCD or LED TVs, they have a whole panel of lights that have to come on at the same time. Now, they may not be at the same brightness as other lights, but nonetheless they are on all the time. So since OLED uses one light to light one pixel, you're going to save some money on your little electricity bill. So OLEDs are a little less power hungry because they don't have to use their whole lights in the back. That's going to be reason number 7. Number 6 on this list is going to be thickness. Now I'm talking about the TV side itself. How thick is that panel? OLEDs are a lot thinner than LEDs and LCDs because again, LEDs use a whole array of lights on the back. They're backlit or edge lit. Some are edge lit like QLEDs and older LCD LED TVs from the past. They're edge lit, backlit, whatever you may have it. But with OLED, again, you're using small little lights, so you don't have to have them all on, don't have to have a big array of them. So they can make their TVs super thin. Everybody's seen the wallpaper TV from LG. They also have the new roll-up screen now from LG, where you can bend and flex that screen and the lights don't break, the screen doesn't crack, things like that. And that's what the technology is. And so you can make those things paper thin nowadays and it still works just fine. So we're gonna have to give number 6 a thickness. Number 5 on this list is input lag. And this is for my gamers out there who like to game on big televisions. LG, Sony, Panasonic, all the people who make OLED TVs, their input lag time is a lot, maybe not a lot, but a little bit quicker than most LCDs and LED TVs. And what is input lag? Input lag is, for gamers, whenever you're playing with a controller, how long it takes from the time you press a button on the controller for it to show up on the television. So that's what input lag is, and it's very important for gamers because you don't want to be behind your competition. If you press A to jump, you want to jump on your screen immediately. You don't want to be behind anybody else that you're fighting against, especially in first-person shooters, things like that. You can get away with it in other games that are maybe not online against other competitors, but input lag is super important if you're going to game on the TV. You want the response time to be as quick as possible. So when you press a button, you want it to show up on the TV. And OLEDs do that just a little bit better. So that's going to be reason number 5. Reason number 4 is going to be response time. Now this is different from input lag. Response time is how long it takes a light to turn on and turn back off. So this is actually important for more than just gaming, but it's important for movies and other things you may be watching like sports or something like that. So when the light goes off in a movie, you want it to respond as soon as the light goes off. If you're playing a game and you're going from a bright building to a dark building, you want that time to be as quick as possible from a light building to a dark building. So if you're watching the movie and you see the explosion out of nowhere and then the building shuts down and lights go off, you want that TV to keep up with that movie. So that's going to be response time. Response time is how quick that light can turn off and turn back on. And OLEDs do it just a tad bit better. That's going to be reason number 4. Now getting into the more important stuff, this is going to be number 3. It's going to be contrast ratio. And contrast ratio is how bright the TV can get in relation to how dark it can get. So we all know that OLEDs get as dark as possible because they turn off the light when it comes to inky blacks, things like that. The light's completely off, so you're getting the darkest blacks possible. And then how bright can you get from there? So that's going to be contrast ratio, and OLEDs do it just a little bit better because they can get super inky black, dark. They literally switch off that light. You can't get any blacker than that. So we're going to have to give contrast ratio to number 3. So number 2 on this list is going to be black level. And black level is super important for HDR, just as brightness, but it's just as important. So with black level, again, OLED is able to get as dark as possible. So if I was to click off this light right now, and I'll just go ahead and do that. This is what OLEDs do. So if I just go to my phone here and I click off my light, which I have a smart light here. So if I click off my light, it just goes completely off. I do have my TV on right now, but it just turns completely off. And then whenever a light scene comes on, that light just comes back on. So with OLED, that's how that technology works. That light turns completely off. With LED or LCD, that light doesn't completely go off. It just dims, but it never goes off. So what that causes is maybe a little bit of blooming around that picture. So for example, if you have a really dark scene but a person's face is lit, you may see a little bit of a halo, a little bit of white around that person's face because that light around it is emitting light to the nearby pixels and it's lighting things up, so it's not exactly as dark as you can possibly get. Now with QLED and some other TVs out there, they have minimized the gap between OLED's black level and LCD LED black level. It's almost so hard to tell. It's super hard to tell, especially in a bright room, so you may be able to get away with it. Nowadays, the technology is neck and neck nowadays, but again, you have to give it to the better technology, and so black level is going to go to OLED, and that's going to be reason number 2. So guys, if you haven't guessed it yet, for number 1, this is one of the biggest things for me that's going to keep me going to OLED until LED and LCD can keep up, and that's going to be viewing angles. Viewing angles is super important to have because you're not always going to be sitting straight in front of the television, or maybe you are, but anybody else around you is not. So if you're within like maybe 0 to 45 degrees, you might be alright, but once you start getting to the side of the screen, you really start to lose contrast ratio, brightness, color accuracy, black level, and it drops rather quickly. Now again, the technology has grown over the years and will continue to get better. And so LEDs and LCDs may get better with their viewing angles, but I don't think it's ever going to reach OLED. I can go all the way to the side of my TV and still be able to read the words, pick up the colors correctly. I can see the screen just fine as if I was sitting right here in the middle, and that's really important to me because as I walk around my room or as I move my TV or as I move my couch or where I'm sitting at, I want to be able to watch TV the way that I'm supposed to. And so for those who may not have a home theater system but just have a nice TV and their couch is kind of weird off to the side or TV's in the corner on a mount, it's very, very, very important to be able to see the TV just as intended from very, very vast viewing angles. Super important. And as of right now, that technology is very limited in LCD and LED. So for me, number 1 has to be viewing angles. I just can't go to a QLED or another LED TV anymore because I really need that off-angle kind of viewing. I have an LED in my bedroom and it's perfect for me because I can lay in my bed and look straight towards it and never have to be off to any side at all. So I can, it's just fine, not a problem. But again, what good is picture quality and brightness and picture level, or excuse me, black level, things like that, if you can't see it from anywhere but straight on? So I gotta put that number 1. Again, the technology is getting much, much better. Everything is getting neck and neck nowadays, but of course I gotta crown a winner. So that's gonna be reason number 1. Alright guys, so that's going to do it for 7 reasons why you should get an OLED. I am an OLED user and I've been an OLED user for about 2.5 to 3 years now, but everything before that has been LED, LCD. I love both technologies. There's a lot of things that, are good about both, and it's so neck and neck nowadays that you just cannot go wrong with whatever TV technology you choose. Every TV nowadays is fantastic, especially QLED. QLED has impressed me and will continue to impress me, and I'm probably going to end up getting one here in the future. Maybe not this year, 2019, but probably 2020 when new TVs start rolling out with the new formats and EARC and things like that. So I'm super excited about what the future holds for televisions. I'm definitely going to be on the bandwagon to get what's best, what's next best. It's always changing and I'm always trying to keep up, but that thing, it costs you a little bit of money to try to keep up with these guys. So guys, if you have any questions at all about TVs or anything like that, leave me a comment down below. If I helped you out at all in making the decision between OLED or LED, leave me a comment down below. Let me know that I helped you out. What TV are you using right now in your home theater or in your living room, bedroom, wherever you have it? Are you using OLED right now? Have you been experiencing burn-in or not? I personally haven't. Have you had any issues with LEDs going out, any pixels, kind of dead pixels like that? Let me know down below in the comments. Hit that like button with your earlobe. Just tap that like button with your earlobe, and then hit that subscribe button while you're there. And we'll see you guys in the next video. Kpaceguy out. Peace.